okay now? So, should I move this side? I think always, I think the first observation is, for me today, I know I have been doing a number of sessions in the last 18 months or so. Almost every session, the question asked is, will AI take away my job? Okay, will robots start doing my job? It's not only here. I go to IIM, I go to VIT, I go to IIM Shillong, everywhere the same question. Some of them know the answer, but still they'll ask the question. Okay, so look at this robot. It has created 3 jobs. I was told 3 engineers designed this robot. So whoever thinks that it will take away my job, it's not true. It creates jobs. So I don't want to get into the details of how and what, when we do whatever, but this is the best example. And I don't think it has taken away anyone's job, but it's created 3 jobs while doing another specialty role here as a, let's say, a compeer or whatever you call it, right? So that is the best example. And my usual drill, right? My drill usually starts around happiness. I know for one thing for sure that only happy people can innovate. Only happy people can be leaders. Only happy people can build Viksit Bharat. Okay? And it's not by any, not by theory or whatever. I'm saying by practice. So can we have a happy morning? Only one person looks happy. Happy morning? Fantastic. This is wherever I go, whichever part of the world. But see any spiritual leader or any kind of a leader talks about happiness. The whole purpose of life is happiness. Anybody else can dispute this? Were you born to create a robot or to be happy? Correct. You are not born to create a robot. You're born to be happy and make others happy by creating robots or technologies or AI or whatever. I think that is a fundamental principle we must all understand. And this is, I think this quote is self-explanatory. I have to do that. So every time I use a different spiritual leader's quotes to, convey this message. And it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to keep laughing like a mad guy. But I think internal happiness is what you must seek. Only then you can innovate. Only then you can solve problems. Okay? So this is another inspiring. I don't think I don't think I'm even qualified to talk in detail about Swami Vivekananda. But I found this some of these two important things: institution and innovation. Swami Vivekananda's quote said that institution and innovation is what can solve the country's problems. Institution, the country itself is an institution. VIPs is an institution. Okay, and teamwork. We cannot be individual. Whether you look at the Prime Minister or Elon Musk or anybody, okay, they work for some kind of an institution. It can be a country, it can be a college, it can be a university or whatever. Right? You should have that respect for an institution and then innovate. So this is what the message I found, and I think these 2 important factors, if we can understand these 2 messages from Swami Vivekananda, institution and innovation, we can all be safe that by 2047 we will be a developed country. And that is the goal every person is following today. Irrespective of what the political ideologies will be from now on, I think that is what we are all going to be chasing, 2047. And we have seen success in the last 10 years or so, okay? So this is not going to be around this today. So I will introduce my friend Subbu, we call him Subbu later, but me and he keep having this friendly arguments on what HR should be. What does HR mean? Human resources. Would you like to be called resources? Anyway, all of you are human anyway. We know that you're not robots. Huh? So would you like a HR VP coming in front of you and say, I cannot, really reskill you as good as a robot. Why don't you become a robot yourself? Right? So this is on the lighter side. I always have this argument, or as I said, friendly argument with Subbu. HR should not be called as human resources. We should not be resources. In fact, I'm trying to find the best word possible. I have found one or two. I'll share with you. I think talent acquisition, reskilling, skill development, or whatever. But I feel offended right from my young age. I'm not a resource. Neither am I a robot, right? So this is an ad. How many of you noticed this ad? Just yesterday. I saw this on the flight yesterday and somebody sent it on the WhatsApp. And this sort of goes with my own thinking that we are looking for rock stars, not robots. Huh? What do you think? Does this sort of give you some kind of a comfort that the companies today are not going to replace your jobs with robots? Does it give you a comfort? This is yesterday's ad in Times of India, full page. And I would say that I just thinking that, what can I name HR? Why can't we call all the HR as, human rock stars? HR, correct? You're all rock stars. You're not resources. And this is actually fantastic. I think, only a Tata company could have thought of it. Harshji comes from that company, which is known for ethics, governance, honesty, human capital development, or whatever. So this should give you really the comfort that robots or AI is not going to take away your job. It will create jobs and it will make you better and help you work better. Okay? This is another mantra that I use, especially for today's world of distractions. Okay, today we are all distracted, whether you are a 19-year-old, and this is the mantra even for my own daughters who are like, 26 and 21 age group. I keep telling them, don't get distracted by all these silly, the stand-up comedians. They only insult people in the name of comedy. So choose the kind of videos, choose the kind of books, and choose your friends. That's what ultimately will build your character. Let me tell you, when you go to you're sitting in front of for your job interview, the hiring manager. I have hired thousands of people in my 30 years of career, and most of them I like to see interview each one of them, especially when we are about to give them a placement offer. After all the great technical skills that are mentioned in the resume, I look for attitude, I look for all the soft skills, leadership, communication. These are some of the skills that are the most neglected. You may be having a fantastic resume of a data scientist or AI scientist or a quantum computing engineer or whatever. Finally, it is the soft skills that will swing the way between you and somebody else. Okay, and this is something which is actually boils down to your character. And these are some of the things, the tools that will help you build a better character. Okay, especially in today, and not just distractions. Today we are all being scrutinized for ethics, for governance, for integrity. I'll give you some examples what will happen. It may be repetitive, but this is a reminder for the rest of the day. In fact, today we are starting a journey. Tomorrow we have some fantastic session lined up also by a very, very distinguished professor. And remember that you are the champions of change. When I talk about Viksit Bharat, when I talk about New India, when we talk about great things that are going to happen by 2047, you are the people who are going to execute this. You are the people who are going to innovate. And there is data behind it. It's not that I've just created some quote out of somewhere or whatever. 65, you are 65% of the India's population. I know I may be repetitive because I keep saying this to in every one of my workshops. 65%. So you are not only going to change this country or transform this country, you are going to solve the problems for yourself. Okay? 65% of the market opportunity you are addressing from a business point of view. Okay? India's decade. I think this is another hot topic that is going on in the industry. We all know what a decade means. Decade. And there is data. I come from the startup capital of India and probably the third biggest startup ecosystem in the country, which is Bangalore. Almost everybody. Just 2 weeks back, not 2 weeks back, about a month back, Boeing, Boeing, one of the biggest aircraft manufacturers, set up its second biggest plant R&D center in India, outside the US. Okay? So that is the kind of transformation India is going through. That is the kind of investment we are seeing from all big companies. So this is some of the data. 400, we started about, I am a proof of that. 400 startups when I quit HP and became an entrepreneur myself in 2014. Just 400 plus, somewhere around that. Today we have 100,000. It's growing in thousands every month. And this is the kind of excitement that is going on in this country. We are the top 3, startup ecosystems. Young innovators. We used to ship thousands of engineers to America, UK, wherever, to solve their problems. Brain drain. But today it's reversing. People are staying back and solving India's problems. Innovation. Okay. The one thing you must be excited, especially all of your computer science and AI and data analytics engineers, AI for all. This is the mission mode project that the Prime Minister himself is driving. AI for all. AI for all doesn't mean only for tech engineers. AI should impact the poorest person in the rural village. How can we solve that person's problem in the agriculture or the laborer in the field using AI? That's the biggest opportunity. I give an example. AI is creating opportunities, creating jobs. It's all in your hands. How you can become an entrepreneur, pick up AI as a technology and solve some problems. That becomes a business opportunity for you. Okay? So then I think VIPS is really, I think, one of the distinguished colleges to also have been allocated semiconductor VLSI, engineers. I think you have the first batch of VLSI engineers. We have not even touched the topic, semiconductor. It's going to be much bigger in terms of opportunity, bigger than even in AI from a job creation point of view. 50,000 crores is going to go into this semiconductor ecosystem in the next 5 years. So what will they do with that 50,000 crores? Infrastructure and hire talent like you. Okay? It doesn't mean only semiconductor engineers will get hired. They require all kinds of engineers and managers and non-engineers. That's the job creation that you will see rapidly happening in the next 5 years. Okay? So this is some of the 5 pillars of our Developed India mission or the Viksit Bharat. Why am I saying this? If you say that, sir, I'm not interested in robotics. I want to solve some environmental problem. This is what the focus is of our Viksit Bharat. Women may say, what is it in for me? And the big focus on women empowerment and youth empowerment. Okay, so these are the 5 major pillars to make India Viksit Bharat or self-reliant India. Right now, we are importing $80 billion worth of chips and electronic products from China and other countries. That is going to come down to 50% in the next 4 to 5 years. Which means we are going to manufacture almost $40 billion worth of electronic chips and everything from here. So what does it mean? Create more jobs. Okay? So this is something which I always emphasize. All of you, None of us, I don't know, at least I am not any role model. I'm just somebody who's sharing experiences, my experiences. But ensure that you have somebody as your role model. Okay, it could be Swami Vivekananda, it could be Ratan Tata. These are the real heroes. Make it a point to buy or read through their autobiographies. How they have succeeded, what are the kind of challenges, what kind of leadership that they brought to the country. Okay, so this is one advice we are always tell you. So you see this, Swami Vivekananda has gone, my faith in the younger generation, the modern generation out of them will come from my workers. They will work on the whole problem like lions. So you don't need a bigger quote than Swami Vivekananda himself to back this up. Okay? Another important fact, we are always running at 200 kmph on a daily basis, right? In life. We always forget to reflect on our journey. I tell my mentees, I tell the students wherever I go, slow down for a short while, reflect on what you have gone through. Maybe the challenges, maybe the good things. Reflect on your journey, maybe the last 5 years or last 3 years, you're the third year now. Last 3 years, the kind of journey. The college, I think you're trying to figure out whether VIPS will be really able to create a great engineer out of you. Today, fantastic. You see the best industry stalwarts are here right in front, sitting here right in front of you. So as you move forward, it's always good to reflect. Okay? Make this, just sit back for some time early in the morning or whatever. Think about, reflect what you have gone through. Reflect on some of the sacrifices made by your own parents to get you here. Okay? That is what will make you a mature leader. This is something which I specialized in, leadership, and the most underrated topic. People think that they are born leaders. No, none of us are born leaders. Experience makes us great leaders. Experience, learning, initiative, all these things make us great leaders. But the fundamental, I would say, foundation of a leader should be these ethics. There are some great examples. How many of you have heard of Byju's? Byju's. Do some detailed analysis. It's almost on the verge of bankruptcy. One of the big reasons is this governance, those top three. The leaders were growing rapidly, they were becoming rich, they were becoming unicorn, investments were coming in, they forgot about integrity, honesty, ethics. They are under investigation, they're going through all kinds of hell. The CEO, in fact, has been told to, get away from the board. Just this is last 2-3 days. So your foundation should be built on these top three things. So as you move forward in the next 20 years, you will have good night's sleep, you'll be able to innovate better, the industry will respect you. Okay? Last couple of slides. I think Harshji mentioned that, you should all be great ambassadors, not just Bharat. I think the VIPS, great institution of VIPS is getting into the next recruitment or rather the admission cycle. You should be great ambassadors of VIPS. I know the proof will be next year when you pass out, but 5 years from now, if you are a great innovator, you come here instead of me, you come and talk about the kind of unicorn that you have become, there's no better proof on that. But you should put yourself on that kind of a journey. Just Bharat Mata Ke Jai is not good enough. You should become brand ambassadors of the institution that Swami Vivekananda talked about. Institution, Bharat as a country is an institution, or institution that has given you that great amount of knowledge with fantastic lineup of professors here. Okay? Did anybody notice this picture? What's so big about this? Everything is Atmanirbhar Bharat. Our rockets, our engineers, It will be launched from India. Unlike the previous, the person who went to moon, great achievement that time. But this is how India has transformed. This happened just 2 days back. Prime Minister went and congratulated the four astronauts who will be going to the moon, the first ever mission out of India. I hope you know. Maybe you are not even born. The previous astronaut was launched from, I think, Russia or somewhere. So the last message, I think, is it's a responsibility is not with just with the management. Responsibility with you as proud students of VIPS TC. To keep the VIPS flag flying high always, wherever you are. You may go for your MTech or MS or wherever, maybe out of your VIPS. Ensure that you carry that fantastic brand ambassador image of VIPS. Because that is how the organization will grow. That is how your value proposition will grow. Okay? So that's all. I thought I wanted to share some, sort of a beginning. But I'll tell you the background about why we got in Subbu. Sometime back, I think about 6 months to 8 months back, me and Vinit Ji were sitting with the chairman. I asked him, what is the single biggest thing that worries you? Or what is the single biggest thing that you want to see VIPS institution excel in? He said, help us in placements. I think finally the proof of the pudding is in the eating, right? The fantastic BTech degree that you will carry in the next, let's say, 12 months to 18 months from now, if you are able to get a job or you are able to become a great entrepreneur, innovate, and become an unicorn, I think that's what we are here. He said, let us start this journey. And I invited Subramanya Desai, he has some fantastic experience in both in setting up startups from scratch and in large companies like Honeywell and companies and some of his experience. So I've been telling him that HR human rock stars, okay? I don't want to forget that. So the rock stars like you, in next 18 months, the environment will change. The AI for all strategy will kick in that Modi ji is putting in. Okay, so things will dramatically change by the time you really get the certificate in hand. So I told Subbu that keep that in mind and ensure that we reskill or add skills to the champions of change like you to ensure that once you get out, either you are in maximum demand as much possible. Okay, so I just want to thank Subbu. He's a very busy man. In fact, his son is tomorrow. I have to come today, so that's why he said I can do my lecture till 4 o'clock, and he's catching a late night flight. So thank you, Subbu, for coming in, and I am 100% sure that you'll gain significantly from Subbu's experience, and also my spiritual friend Madhav Bisaji. I think I wouldn't call him a AI expert. When he calls me, he said Jai Shri Ram, and on Saturday he usually calls, can we go to a Shiva temple close by? That's the connection that I have with Madhav. It's not about AI. We don't talk about AI because we are all experts in AI. So, and he's also rightly dressed today. So thank you, Madhav ji, and thank you Kalpana. Right? Kamana, for bringing in Kamana, and you're going to gain significantly. And believe me, and also you need to remember, today is the start of the journey. I don't have any offer letters in my pocket, okay? Neither Subbu has, nor Harshji has, nobody has. But we are going to get you up to speed in the next semester or so, because I'm already in the background talking to companies like Deloitte, EY, Google, and such companies who can, set up their placement here, because I with the same set of people I do some work in IIM Shillong and IIM Bangalore, and because they're all well established. So the same set of people, we do some workshops in those institutions. The same people will come here as we move forward in the next 6 months or so. So we are preparing you for the placement season, which will start this year end. Okay, this is a journey. There is no magic is going to happen tomorrow. But I think these three people are going to share what will make you strong-footed on this journey. Okay, thank you very much, and look forward. I think tomorrow I'm here.